Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our morning yoga series for beginners. I'm so thankful you've set this time aside to give yourself this energy and love for your body. Today, we're working on some standing postures. It shouldn't be too strenuous. Let's get right into it. Join me on the mat. Starting in a standing posture with your feet hip width apart, you want to make sure your toes are straight and your feet are parallel to each other. We are going to just really ground into our mountain pose here. So making sure you have your weight evenly distributed in all 4 corners of your feet and really grounding down through your back body. So you want to think of this lift through your upper body, bringing your chest up and then grounding down, kind of almost tucking your pelvis, not completely, but just so it's in like a neutral stance. You don't want to be like out like this. Tucking your pelvis and just grounding down through the back of our body. And you want to have so much energy in your feet that it feels like you could almost, like if you were standing on a piece of paper right now, like tear the piece of paper in half. You're kind of pulling a little bit to each side. So lots of energy, even though it seems like a simple standing posture. Once you feel like you've gotten that and all of those cues, we'll take a nice deep breath in. And full exhale out, just to ground down into this moment and feel where you're at today. We're going to breathe in, lift our hands above our heads, and exhale, kind of rain your fingers down, just a gentle forward fold here, letting all of the weight drop down towards the ground. There's no energy in your neck right now. You're just letting your head hang loose. You can shake your head no and yes, just to make sure it's nice and loose here. You could even clasp your elbows and kind of use your hands as a little bit of extra weight here. Also making sure you have a little bit of a micro bend in your knees. You don't want them to be like fully locked out here. And just relaxing into our first stretch of the day here. Taking a nice inhale in, complete exhale out. And on your next inhale, you're going to kind of bend your knees and bring your chest towards your thighs so they're kind of touching. And release your arms if they're together. And you're going to slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra, keeping your chin tucked until the absolute last second here. Taking a nice inhale in again at the top and full exhale out. Try not to fidget, but if you need to fix your hair like I do, go for it. Taking another second to ground into this moment, maybe find your eyes closed or a gentle gaze down towards the ground in front of you. We are going to take our feet together. You can shuffle them in together or just step them in. And we are going to take our right leg and pressing in through our left leg, just so we have balance here, and cross it over the front of our left foot. So Your feet are now opposite to each other if you were to look down. And we are just going to breathe in and fold forward over our feet. If you need to bring the ground up to you here, and this is quite an intense stretch in your outer left hip already, please do so. Get yourself some blocks or even some books so you can bring the ground up to you. If not, you can find your hands down on the ground, release through the back of your neck, and feel that nice deep stretch in your outer left leg. Once again, trying to maintain a little bit of a micro bend in each of our legs here, not locking out through them and stopping blood flow. Taking a nice inhale in, full exhale down here at the bottom, and then once again, slowly rolling up. We're just going to take our right foot back to be beside our left foot. Do that all on the other side. So lifting your left leg up, crossing it over your right leg, taking a nice inhale in, and on your exhale, fold forward over your legs here. Just relaxing, feeling into that outer hip stretch here. Your IT band, getting a nice deep stretch and some love and attention that it needs. Really grounding through your feet so you don't lose balance here, and finding that little micro bends in your legs. One more inhale in, complete exhale to relax, and slowly roll up and make your way back to standing. Taking your feet back to parallel. We're actually going to step our legs out, so stepping them wide. If you were to put your hands out to either side, your ankles should be kind of underneath your hands or wrists, and our feet are still in that nice parallel position, maybe with like a little bit of an in turn, bringing your toes like just slightly in towards each other, just finding this nice wide leg position here. Hands on the hips, feeling nice and strong where you are, pressing through the outer edges of your feet and energizing through your thighs here. We are going to take our weight forward, keeping a nice straight flat back, and we're going to pause. Once we get to that flat back position, just kind of testing, seeing where we're at today, seeing where our strength is, really trying to elongate through your spine, and then placing your left hand on the ground in front of you, kind of center to your chest. We're going to bring our right hand to our wrist and pull it up our arm slowly and across our body to open up through a twist on our right side. Trying to keep your sacrum flat as you can, not overcompensating and twisting or dumping, but really feeling that twist in your spine here. Taking a nice big inhale, and on your exhale, we are going to replace our hands. Inhaling in, bringing our left hand across, up our arm and across our body to open up towards the sky here, finding a nice twist to our left side. Nice deep breath in, exhale, one more in, and on your exhale, coming back to center. And we're going to ensure we have a nice little micro bend in our knees here, finding our hands back at our hips and lifting back up to a standing position. Now we're going to take our hands and clasp them behind our back. So they'll look like this, but just behind your back. And we're going to pull down and open our shoulders. Your hands don't need to be clasped together. Your wrists can kind of be bent and have an open position. If you want, you can work your palms towards each other to find a bit of a deeper stretch here, whatever is most comfortable in your body. Taking a nice inhale in, and on our exhale, we are going to find that forward fold again, letting your arms drop behind you. A nice big stretch in our shoulders here. Just really dropping in. And we are going to release our hands and fight gravity and the slingshot effect. Slowly drop them down to the ground. You can press into the earth to come up to that flat back position. Find our hands back on our hips again and lifting back up to a standing position. Now we are going to turn our right foot towards the front of the mat and press through your back foot, finding yourself in a nice standing position at the front of your mat, facing forward, feet together. We are just going to drop our hands to our side and bring them up above our head as we sit back into a chair posture here. Really leaning back, lifting your hands as high as they can. They don't need to be right above your head, but just balancing the weight here and squeezing your legs together. You can lift your toes to see where your weight is distributed in your feet here. Should be a little bit more in your heels. Taking a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, folding forward and relaxing. Once again, if you need to find blocks to lift your hands up to earth here, that's totally fine. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Now we are going to, if you need, bend your knees and plant your hands on either side of your feet. We are going to walk our feet back to a plank pose, holding this for just a second here, making sure to really press away from the ground, pulling your ankles back towards the wall behind you, and bringing your navel towards your spine. Breathing in, exhaling for 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to push back in our hands and slowly walk our hands towards the back of the mat. And then walking our hands to the front of the mat again, finding that plank posture and pushing back to walk back to your hands to your feet. And last time, we are going to walk our hands forward, find that plank position, breathing deep, pulling navel towards spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing onto your knees, crossing your ankles, and pushing back to sit back into a seated position. You can center yourself on the mat if you desire. We'll take one last deep breath in together and a full exhale out. If If you want, bringing your hands together to find a prayer position and thumbs to third eye to bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in our third day of beginner morning yoga. I'm so glad you've stuck out, and we're almost halfway there. Tomorrow's day 4, and I'll see you then.